You always have a choice in how you respond to different experiences that occur. There's a lot of power in that. It's one thing when you're reading books, it's another thing when you're actually experiencing it. Things that force a reflection and a ability to say, all right, what kind of person do you want to be? Sometimes when you get in the midst of that journey, it can be easily forgotten, especially when things have gone well and you can kind of forget that perspective. I know I can speak for myself, that's kind of what occurred, and is the ability to be present and take it a day at a time. But if you really do that, it can be a really big thing. I think one of the things this time of year is if you're specific and sequential with what you're trying to get done. I talked about it a lot with our coaches. We're getting ready for the season. It is about kind of just building it the right way. You always are reassessing and reestablishing, the purpose and the values that help keep your cup full. Sometimes if you're not careful, you can become just obsessively passionate about the results and lose the things that, allowed you to fall in love with this in the beginning. All right. Good morning, guys.
If you've ever gone through a remodel, you know that in stages, in increments, it only evolves to get better. It's like buying a piece of real estate and you'd like to remodel this room or that room, but you definitely want to keep these rooms or these aspects of it. And then you come back in and you see the remodel, and then this is, I kind of like this better than that. That's probably life in the NFL for all 32 teams, because each year it's different. Last 3 months, I think it's definitely intentionally took a couple of steps back to try to engineer a healthier, more sustainable salary cap and actually get better. You write a best-selling novel, you do a best-selling album, movie, whatever it is, the next year you gotta do another one. And then next year you gotta do another one. Then next year you gotta do another one. There's never enough time. The key part is being able to slow it down, just like a game, focus on what's important, focus on the fundamentals. You gotta do every single year to write that novel, write that novel, write that novel, write that novel.
There's news coming out of LA. Apparently, there's no guarantee that Matthew Stafford ever plays again. And a source told him, quote unquote, retirement is still not out of the question.
How's everybody doing? Doing great.
The trade that brought you here was consistent with what the Rams have done over the last few off seasons. This year, it's been very quiet. Guys going, but not too many coming.
I've been doing this going on 15 years now, and been a part of all sorts of off seasons. Some that were quiet like this that turned into really good years, some that were really loud like maybe 2 years ago that turned into not so good years. But for me, it's just, okay, who do we have in the building? Let's go to work with those guys. Let's enjoy it. Let's find a way to be better every single day. And if I can do that and lead that way, I think we're going to be better for it. I'm not 25, but I definitely feel good. I think like everybody that plays this game, you got to take some time away just to kind of relax and reset. I spend a lot of days in my life in a practice facility somewhere, either here in Detroit. So you got to take that time to kind of be away from it so that when you do come back, you are excited and ready to go, which I am at this point.
right-handed or left? Right. All right, so it's just basic go, Kings, go. Go, Kings, go. All right, so let's get you kids over here.
Yeah, girls, Kelly, girls over there, because I'm going to be swinging from here. Just tell me, you just give me that, I'll rip it.
Make some noise, Kings fans, and welcome Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford. The first period starts now. Stop. Thank you. That was great.
I'm not stopping. All right, well, we did it. We nailed it. You got it. Appreciate it. Yeah. Thanks, man.
Don't bite my hand.
I'm telling you, you're going to turn into a piece of popcorn. I can see it.
You're just like your daddy. Don't let him fool you.
It's starting to happen. You're going to turn
Daddy
into...
can eat 100 cups of that.
I love this stuff.
You're just like daddy. It's a good thing. He's just messing with you.
But look, you're already starting.
Adam, I want to start with you on what we just heard from Aaron Donald there, because rumors about him potentially considering retirement. Didn't seem like a guy who's going to retire right there, did he?
Y'all working? Y'all working? Y'all working? Y'all working? Let's go.
Trying to make it happen for these kids, man.
That's what it's about.
To have the Rams here is always a big thing. I always talk about how the Rams are intentional about the work that they do in the community, and this is just another example of that. You know, the Rams are no stranger to the Watts community, but when they get to bring different individuals like Aaron Donald, and he wants to be here and wants to be involved. I was telling someone earlier, some of our kids know Aaron Donald on a first name basis. Like, they see him and they be like, AD, Aaron, like, because they remember him because he's been around a lot.
What's up, man? What's up with y'all? What's up with y'all? Yeah, I see.
For him to continue to come around, continue to want to be here and show up for this community, for this program, it means a lot because these kids had a different sense of who they are.
Oh, eyes on the ball, eyes on the ball.
We got time for a quick question for Mr. Donald. What's your question?
What inspires you?
What inspired me to play football? I grew up as a kid, you know, my older brother played football, my dad played football, so I kind of grew up in a football house. The relationships you built with like your teammates and your brothers over the time of playing with them, so you get to build like a real relationship with them guys. So, you know, it teaches you a lot, and that's why I play ball now.
All right, good question.
I'm here with y'all.
Rams on me, Rams on 3. 1, 2, 3, Rams! Let's get it.
Let's go. Let's work. Let's work.
Y'all definitely over there to the next station. Show us some love. He came out here to see y'all.
What a freaking beautiful day.
It is, man.
Where we going today, man? What you think?
You onboarded me into this lifestyle, so only right for me to onboard you back.
Well,
and I can't tell you how excited and happy to have you back with us. I'm glad everything worked out for you in the best possible way of all time.
No, it did. I was able to learn and grow and leave you with an awesome, awesome group of guys to go take over with. And I couldn't be more proud coming back with you putting that ring on your finger and putting some hardware into this organization's trophy cabinet, man.
You shouldn't say me, but that's part of we, man.
Well, I left here with no rings and no babies, and I come back with no rings and 2 babies. Oh, God.
What's better than that?
The growth has been substantial, both personally and professionally. I was given a wonderful opportunity after our 2020 season to leave being the corners coach here to get an opportunity to be the defensive backs and pass game coordinator with the Lions. I wasn't afraid to attack the challenge, and because of that, I feel like I come back 3 times better a coach than what I was before I left. Everything I talk about culturally in the room, driving the bus,
hey,
being the glue,
hey,
knowing who you are,
no doubt.
And that vulnerability that you can show as a leader, it opens up. You know, you peel back that onion for some of these guys to allow them to really jump into the culture. I mean, God, for as long as we've known each other for our relationship, it's only our 2nd year getting a chance to really work together. Growing up a young black coach in America, I think it's hard for you not to know who the head coaches that look like you that have gotten the opportunity in the National Football League. So before I got a chance to meet him, I already kind of knew who he was. He legitimately came in and kicked in the door of my interview at Washington. At that time, I was interviewing for an offensive position. 2013, I was on offense, he was on defense, and then I actually moved to defense So my second year working with him ended up being my first year actually working in conjunction with him.
You know when I had that proud moment the other day?
What?
When you sit in the room and you said to the guy, I said, hey, listen, I'm doing this, so when the time comes for me to coach you hard, you know why.
You know why. Well, you talked about it a lot today in our meeting. You know, culture isn't necessarily the writings that are on the wall and the PowerPoint slides. Culture is who the guys are when we aren't around.
No doubt.
And the more we can exemplify that culture, be living, breathing examples of it, I wanted to show that vulnerability so those guys know, man, you know, hey, Coach P is totally different in the office than he is on the grass.
I'm jealous of what Sean McVay has. And I'm looking for that relationship. Connection that Les and Sean have, I think is something that's unique in the way they go about their business. I feel like Sean leans on Les during the season. And I feel like in the offseason, Les leans on Sean. And I think that marriage is what makes this place special.
No question. And that just kind of exemplifies what you've always taught me, which is blossom where your feet are planted, do a great job where you are, and let everything else take care of itself.
There ain't no doubt. And I've always felt like looking for that relationship now, it helps you going through those interviews, and like, I'm essentially interviewing them at the same time.
There was a small little group of people who said, man, for as close as you guys are, why don't you stay? And it was the empowerment of the growth that you taught me and you gave me. And now I come back better than ever.
No doubt, man.
Love you, bro.
I love you, boy.
You have somebody like Raheem, as far as the continuity, the consistency, how does that help you as a player as well as the rest of the defense?
No, that gives us the confidence knowing that Raheem's going to do his best to put us in the position to make plays and do his best for the defense. For us, it's just all about executing now and making sure that when we go out there, like I said, I want to run to the ball harder and better than any other teams in this league. I want to make sure that when people do play us, regardless of the outcome of the game, they know that we were there, we were coming with everything we had. So I feel like that's what's just gonna happen with this young group. Everybody's got a hunger and look in their eyes. So I'm excited. Sky's the limit for us, honestly. You know, losing Jalen was big, losing Bobby's big, but at the same time, we gotta kind of move on and go forward. And I'm excited to watch young guys like DK and Jacoby Duran and, you know, Marquise Copeland. Even though he's not young, he gets that opportunity now to ball out.
Me and Ernest, I think we worked out almost every day together. So I see him putting the work, he sees me putting the work, and it's something just from a younger guy. He's always there already, just trying to come on, I need you, let's go. He's super energized and enthusiastic.
I know once we get rolling and once we get going, we're gonna be something to deal with for sure. We're gonna be getting to the ball, and all 11 hats to the ball is what I'm preaching and making sure that we do. Just gotta roll with the punches.
A lot lighter, bro.
I'm just excited today, bro.
Just touch. One, two, three. Four. Just say 1, 2, 3, 4. Because you wanted to say 1, 2. Yeah, I did the same thing.
2, 3, 4.
I think this will definitely help in a sense of me just being able to know where to strike, know where to put our hands, and just being mindful of where our hands are. It's only going to help me when I go put hands on somebody like in their chest area or something. So working on hand-eye coordination, just stuff that'll actually translate to football, I believe.
Aaron coming in was definitely fun. Having a teammate always fun. In high school, my football coach made me wrestle. And then it started translating to the football field. Like it helped me stay lower, it helped me like just be more physical. Once you get on the mat, it's something totally different. My coach told me, he said, be you off the field, just have fun. When you get on the field though, it's totally different. Like this is like you going to war or something like that. So just get ready for that. It's like a flip switch.
In and out the pocket, stop it, you can't hold me. Competition thinking they cocky, get rocked like Rocky Ali when I'm boxing, I'm the greatest here. They be in the city talking all day. I be on the grind like all day. Push it to the max, get it always. Trying to break me down, nah, no way.
No, we got to do that one time.
Cut!
There's a difference between activity and achievement. And this Rams organization is not about activity without achievement. The process has started when our season ended, and each of us got a chance to reflect. We're going about 2 minutes, fellas. Our approach has been redesign, reinvent, high intent with everything that they do. Phase 1 is a chance to assess what they've been doing on their own since they've been away from us or since they last tested. You'll see movement screens, you'll see jump testing, and basic strength testing. So that's the Phase 1 onboarding. All right, you guys ready? All right, let's roll. As much success or lack of success that you had, it's our job to see where they're at, assess where they're at, and get back in the lab.
From Sunday to Sunday, FBNA on the runway.
Hey, get off. Run it. More reps, more reps. Run it, go. Spin your wheels. How much distance you making that sled travel?
Lately I've been
attack.
Too much talk around me, but the whole thing is set up. Everybody talk but don't do nothing but say they coming. I know you fun, I know you see me up 2,500 minutes. Got them.
We'll take that straight up. Boom. There it is. That's it. Attack. Come on, Ern. Last rep, best rep, Bobby. Good. Break. We'll take that. All right, let's roll, fellas.
Big news coming here from Southern California this morning. What's the latest on the Rams offensive coordinator search?
It is Mike LaFleur, the former Jets offensive coordinator, and obviously a very important hire for Matthew Stafford and then the entire offensive unit.
Third play of Matthew Stafford's Rams career. What's awesome about it is just the detail. This is a long developing play, right? I mean, you are taking the top level of the defense.
Sets his feet and launches. Van Jefferson stumbling to the turf. He was not touched. He gets up. He gets in. Welcome to LA, Matthew Stafford.
You can see him staring opposite where he's throwing. Little detail, but a huge detail in terms of getting the defense to think that the ball's going over there. What's really unique is this group 2 years ago, they were an offense that helped win a Super Bowl.
The Los Angeles Rams are world champions.
Then last year happened, and there's no excuses to be made, but a lot of guys missed a lot of time. A lot of guys that wouldn't get a lot of playing time ended up getting a lot of playing time, a lot of great experiences, good and bad, to take from, that played just a ton of football and played some good football. This guy right here, Van, I really liked coming out of the draft out of Florida. What I learned about really studying you over the last 3 months is you can go at any level.
Cut Van Jefferson. Touchdown Van Jefferson. Leaping in the end zone. He brings it in. Left side end zone. Caught! Wow. Caught by Van Jefferson! Let's go!
That's what's unique about this guy, is he can do anything on the field, and the possibilities are endless with this man. This guy can roll too.
Through the left side, into space 10, lowers his pads at the 5, extends the football goal line, touchdown LA!
With the addition of Ron Gould as our running back coach, the structure and the standard he'll have for that room, and Cam in particular, is going to be huge for him.
Toss left, Akers, can he get the edge? Yes.
Just the discipline of where to put our eyes on certain run plays.
Sideline 50, Cam Akers.
The discipline of having my footwork be exact every single time.
Finds a crease, touchdown Cam the Rams!
The stuff that he can control, and that's the stuff that Cam's going to hear day in and day out. They are going into year 4, years that they want to be the best that they can be. You know, they're hungry just to get back out on the grass and compete and be with their boys. For me to be able to provide my experiences to these guys, to have just somewhat of a little bit different voice, but that all fits in with what we're trying to get done here. They're locked in and they're ready to roll.
Hey, Van, you quiet today, Van. You quiet today. I'm coming by you. I'm coming by you. You talking about, that was tripping. You quiet today. Trying to make sure it's great.
The way these guys compete is like no other. You know, these guys are competing in extra work. I would say Van Jefferson, outgoing, very outgoing. I would say caring. You know what I mean? He cares a lot about it. He cares about other people, and cares about his work. He has a passion about what he does day in and day out. Cam, I would say, is the ultimate competitor. When you train him and when you coach the competitor and you train the competitor, and you'll get so much more out of them. And when those guys get together, I think it's special. Honestly, they seem like brothers, man. You know what I mean? Like, if I just kind of poked my head in here and didn't know them, you would almost think they were related. The way that they motivate one another, they'll pick on one another, they'll push one another. Everything is competitive. So honestly, it's been the epitome of like iron sharpens iron for both of them.
Your faster than mine? I don't think so. My first one was. No, it wasn't. You know my faster than yours. What time you had? Faster than yours. Say less. You work harder than me? Yeah, way harder than you. Hurry up! Shut up, boy. You already done. Yeah, hurry up. You got break, Jit.
Oh, you mic'd up today? Yeah. Oh, you just know to shut your ass up.
I talk. Both of them just naturally kind of became leaders. You know, I joke around with Cam all the time. He's basically OG in the running back room right now. And he laughs, but in reality, especially with the way that this game goes, you know, he's got to operate and kind of lead by example for those guys. And I think both those guys have kind of taken on that role being here. I would say the one word I'd wrap it up in is just having a purpose.
Damn! What you got? 2 for 1? Damn! Come on. Taking this with me, Asia. Yeah.
Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. One of the things that I wanted to start out with, talking with a handful of you guys last year, I thought everything that we were looking for in terms of the energy, the approach, checking the box, it was exactly in alignment with what we're really hunting up. And what I wanted to be able to at least acknowledge with you guys is this. What we do know going into this year is that we have lost a lot of guys. We've had to make some more disciplined decisions in regards to some of our free agents ended up leaving. We've got less guys right now than what we've typically had. But it is so vital for us to be inside out, not outside in. And to be able to really have that mindset and mentality. I'll tell you what gives me a confidence where I can get up here and I can know in my heart I'm speaking the truth because of the vibe I felt last week. Because of the guys that are in this room that have done it, that are more than capable of elevating people. Because of the opportunity that it provides for guys in this room to be able to say, hey, we might not know about him, but next year we're saying, how could you not have known? Because this guy decided to write his own story. He decided to not let anything other than his internal narrative, his belief in himself, his ability to be surrounded by great teammates, great coaches, great staff members that do what? Bring out the best in people. Because sometimes when you take things for granted, all right, it can be the best learning opportunity ever. I'm just telling you right now, last year will be a blessing. The things that we learn will be a blessing. We're not looking back, but we're going to learn from them the right way. Oh, but what else are we going to do? We're going to use a lot of great experiences, all right, that we've had where we know when we commit to the foundational values, good just happens because you really commit to it. And then you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I got no regrets because you're setting the foundation the right way. So when we talk about that energy, you guys brought it last week. Let's do it again.
If we draft him to be a complete player, he will fail. If you draft him to go A to B fast, got a chance.
I wanted to be a pro football player.
Take what?
Coach, how you doing?
The Rams are on with that 36th pick.
Hey, this is Les Snead, Los Angeles Rams. If we draft you, you want to come play for us?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, man, then we're going to do it.